I'm back! Good morning everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. It feels good to finally say that again. So it is morning milking, as you could probably tell because it's very dark in here. We have all the lights on. Brent is out getting the girls a dry bale. I actually came back yesterday, so it was really great to see the girls, and I don't think any of them missed me at all because they had like almost no reaction when I came back. But they are doing very well. Brent took very good care of them. They are hungry right now, however, because they do not have any feed down. They are very unhappy with me right now. But yes, Brent took excellent care of them. I missed them a lot, but I did have a fantastic time on vacation. It was a really great trip. We had good weather. We actually went to Virginia. I know some of you are actually asking where I went. We did go to Virginia. It was about a 13-hour trip, so it was quite a long drive, but it was worth it. It was a beautiful drive down and a beautiful drive back, so went really great. So Brent is coming back with that bale right now. The bale and roller did apparently break when I was gone. I guess the recoil rope on it broke, so Brent did have to fix that, and I guess he also took it somewhere and got a tune-up. So I'll show you guys what it sounds like now. That is not my truck. That is my mother's truck. So if anybody were wondering why I have such a nice truck, it's because it's not mine. What? Is that right? Yeah. Okay, so we got the bale on the bale and roller the right way. And this is one of our last year's dry bales, I believe. So it's pretty good looking stuff, gives them some good roughage. We are going to feed them a rat bale this morning as well, but we just like to feed this first just so they get some nice, you know, like I just said, roughage in their stomach. They are very big bales, so they don't actually fit through this walkway, so I do have to take some and off and give it to the girls first. So I've already done that. And they're probably angry, so I got to go around with that real soon. But I did want to show you guys the two girls that I picked out to show you first. So, this little darling right here is Lily. Lily is a Holstein Jersey cross. She is going to be 10 years old this May. So she's one of our middle-aged cows. And something about her would be that the last time she had calves, she had twins. We didn't actually know she was going to have twins. It was just one of those times the vet never said anything when he checked her about her having twins, so we weren't expecting it, but she had them both on her own, and they were both about 80-pound calves, and she's a Jersey Holstein, so she's not very big framed, but she had them on her own, and they were healthy. They both survived, both bull calves, and she did beautiful. So she's a very tough cow, doesn't need any help with anything. So this right here is Corbeth. So Corbeth is a complete Ashier, we believe. She is one of our oldest cows. She's anywhere from 16 up. Brent doesn't really remember where he got her, but he knows it was quite a while ago. So she is one of our oldest girls. Something about her is we were actually going to get rid of her about 5 years ago when I first started milking here because she was old and she really was having a hard time getting bred back, but we decided to keep her for a while, and she got bred, and then every year since then, she has had a calf like clockwork. So she kind of saved herself from that, which is a good thing because she is one of my favorite cows. She's a sweetheart. So those are the two girls. Now I've got to get feeding them their hay because I'm sure they're not very happy with me, and Brent's going to be out soon, so excited to be back. Okay, so I just fed the cows their other bale. They are enjoying that right now. We are done milking. Haven't bedded them yet just because we fed them this bale a little later than we usually would, so we're going to let them eat that because they're obviously going to stand up and eat that for a while. So we wanted to give them a minute just to eat that, and then we'll probably bed them because they'll lay down after they're done eating. But we don't want them to crap when they're standing here and make a huge mess and then lay in it, obviously, because They will be staying in today because it is chilly. And also, you guys probably noticed when we were getting the bail, but Maine weather has finally struck us. This is what I came back to. It was about in the 40s when I left here. And now it's in the 20s, like the low of 20s. And obviously we have 10 inches of snow now. So winter has finally begun in Maine. So, yep. So the girls won't be going out today, but maybe tomorrow because it is supposed to warm up here pretty soon. So maybe, just maybe, fingers crossed, we'll have a white Christmas, but I do think it is supposed to warm up to around the 50s later in the week, like a couple days before Christmas, and rain. So we probably won't end up having a white Christmas. But anyway, getting into our day, we are going to be working on some things that I told you guys we are going to be working on a long time ago. We're preparing for a cool down. Today we need to put up this tarp that I told you guys about a long time ago. Brent did pick one up when I was gone. Just a cheap one, just enough to keep the draft out from around that door. Here's the piece that I was telling you we put on the bottom, just as kind of like a weight to keep the tarp down. And then typically we'll have some screws that we put on the side. There might still be one left from the last door. Like right here, we have screws that we just hook the rivets to, so they kind of like stretch and put the rivet over it, so the tarp lays nice and flat against the wood. So as little air as possible can get out around it. But so I've got my step stool and a bow saw down here, because bow saw is actually for our other project. When it's really cool down here, we shut this fan off over in the corner, and since obviously when it's off, wind can blow right through there, we were thinking we could make a cover for it. So we're going to make some sort of rudimentary cover for that. So we shut it off just right now so that we can work on that. So those are our two projects. So yeah, kind of a slow day getting back into it, but I'm so excited to be back. So that's what we're going to be working on, and then we're going to bed the girls, and then I'm going to head home for some lunch, and then I'll be back this afternoon to milk them back into the routine. You can probably hear the birds flying around here like crazy. In the wintertime, they like to come in and they'll sit on like these rails or even stand on the stalls by the cows. So the girls are happy. I'm just waiting for Brent. Down, he's gonna bring the tarp down, and I think he's got some wood that we're thinking about covering this with. I think our plan is gonna be like an old blanket probably. We're gonna try to like have a wood boxed in part that goes all the way around it. And then we're gonna hook the old blanket to it, just so it's kind of like a cover, I guess, that'll sit right over it. So I know that was probably the worst explanation ever, but so that's what we're doing. But right now I'm just waiting for Brent to come down with that stuff. I'm hanging out with the girls, Mary and Jules. I don't think there's anything more relaxing than watching a cow eat. They look so happy. I imagine that's what I look like when I'm eating. I don't know how they don't choke on it though. Look at the mouthful she's got. Do you think they got those back teeth? He's finally coming. And he's bringing the goods. So I'm gonna set you guys right here. Maybe you can see a little bit of what's going on. Okay. So this is the tarp. Come on. Okay, this is the tarp. It's one of those cheap ones. I'm pretty sure you say you picked it up at Tractor Supply. So it probably won't last very long, but it might keep the breeze from coming in the barn. And we don't want the girls to have a breeze on them, because I wouldn't want to have a breeze on me. So plus it keeps the barn warmer. So somebody's peeking through the window.
Yeah. Okay, so we just finished our project. Actually decided not to make a cover for the fan because there really wasn't enough room to work around the edge of the fan. I'll show you.
It's on right now, so, but you can see there really isn't enough room to hook anything on this side, so.
I'm gonna walk away from the fan so you can actually hear me. So we just decided not to really cover that at all. It's not really a big deal anyway. It has to be like literally in the negatives to have to shut that fan off anyway, so it's not a big deal. We'll just probably wrap the blanket around the cage of the fan when we shut it off, and that works pretty well. That's what we've done all these years anyway. So we did get that tarp up, so you can see it's right there. It is much warmer in here already. You can see we used roofing screws and we just hooked it to the top of this board down up here, and then we hooked it down here to another board, which is just wedged in between these two concrete areas here. And you can see how puffed out it is. So you can see how much wind gets through here. So it is stopping a lot of wind. It's a lot warmer in here already. We did put in some more roofing screws on the edges to make sure that we had places that we could pull it taut and hook the rivets to it. Just so we could hold it tight and no air could get around the edges either. Hey, Bubba. So yeah, looks pretty good, keeping the wind out. It's much warmer in here already, and it's gonna keep it really warm once it starts getting frigid. You can see the girls are freshly bedded and relaxing, enjoying their mid-morning nap, so we're gonna leave them be. Let them relax and make some milk and enjoy the warmth of the barn because it is pretty windy outside, so it's pretty cold out there, so I'm sure they enjoy being in here. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I am so glad to be back. I can hear a cow crapping, so I'm gonna have to go hold that out. Anyway, so happy to have you guys joining us. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.